You don't actually believe that story, do you? Because he can't hear you, and he doesn't really take kids that safe.
Doesn't work. Not since I was a kid.
I'll scream. I'll scratch your face.
This face?
Hello?
Don't hang up.
Who are you?
You know all our names?
You're getting out of here.
Look what you made me do.
Please hurry!
You remember what I told you?
Someday I should stand up for myself.
Someday is today, Finn.
I'm not doing this alone. Get your asses in here.
Why? Why can't you just introduce the thing? It's your movie that you picked. I don't understand. What's the problem?
It's my movie.
Yeah. It's your movie that you picked. Like, you know what I mean?
Black
Anyway,
Phone.
welcome
Black Phone's about a guy
everybody.
called the Grabber. Black Phone's about a guy called the Grabber who goes around taking kids in this dark, creepy van that for some reason nobody understands is creepy. And they go to, and then he gets kidnapped, and then they get killed, and then the spirits enter a telephone to call people who can only speak to spirits. While they're in this basement of this dude, who's also in the basement of this smart dude who knows the type of house that's kidnapping, but doesn't realize, hey, I have a house like that. So that's the movie. Man,
What?
that's the movie. Is that not the movie?
All right. Thanks for joining. Y'all. Have a good night.
What a great review.
I gave you the premise
All right.
of the movie.
First of all, all right. Like, it's the 1970s. Okay, you can tell by the hairstyle and the cars and everything that's going on. And it's a small town, and there's these two kids that are the kids of an alcoholic, and he beats on the kids. I was shocked to see that. I'm not gonna lie. That beating.
Because they don't do that in movies no more.
They don't. They don't. I was shocked to see him take off the belt and hit the little girl. All of that. That was kind of painful for me, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? It brought back bad memories, but then it kind of brought back memories of a time where that shit was normal. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, that kind of punishment was normal. You can't do that now, you know. But I certainly was shocked that they put that in this movie, and you know, it was certainly very accurate for the time. So now the other thing is just how brutal the fights were between the kids. When I saw that little
Jackie
girl
Chan.
face, like, I'm just like, damn, like, these kids was no joke. And yeah, I thought you didn't hit girls. Like, what happened? Like what's going on over here? But you know, this whole that whole situation that they, you know, they showed all the kids and they showed all of the drama in the beginning. I guess kind of for you to get appropriated to the characters. For example, the Asian kid that was batting in the beginning, and you know, he had told him like, "Oh, you have a great arm. You almost had me. You have a great arm. You almost had me." And come to find out, he shows up later on in the movie because a lot of these characters that were, you know, were just vital to the beginning of the story ended up being the ghosts in the phone. So this guy with the mask, right? He has a van and a whole bunch of black balloons, right? So now I'm definitely co-signing on the creepy part, like how these kids don't see this as a red flag. I'll never understand.
Because he was a magician. He was showing them instead of candy, he was showing magic tricks.
Hey, man.
The magic trick was convincing people that he wasn't creepy.
Facts. Facts. And the one thing that I found weird about this was the dreams with the little girl. Like I didn't know what was the point of that, of adding that. You know, like the whole thing with the ghosts and the phone and this and that. Like I get that part, but like the little girl with the premonitions and the visions and all of that. I mean, mind you, that's how they found the boy, but I really didn't understand what was the purpose of adding that. I mean,
Oh, it was basically I think it was more for the father's redemption because he basically was beating her to keep her from using her abilities because
mm,
apparently her mom had the same abilities and
okay.
it drove her crazy and it made her kill herself.
Mm,
So it was basically to show that like they're kids of we're basically kids of a drunk and a psychic medium, and
mm.
both of them like even though the girl had premonitions, it wasn't until like later on in the movie that you realize the boy probably has like powers to talk to ghosts because anybody else who's picked up that phone never heard anything, but he can hear the ghosts of these kids that were killed in that house.
That's true. And mind you, though, it was interesting it was interesting to figure out what the hell was going on watching it the first time because the title of the movie does not tell you what the hell's going on.
No, not at all.
You know, because when I first saw Black Phone, I'm thinking, a cell phone, not a rotary phone. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about a rotary phone. Like, I mean, I'm don't get me wrong. It was nice to see the rotary phone. I used to have a lot of fun doing prank calls on rotary phones because I just like, you know what I mean? But still, like, it was just, it was interesting, because every single time he picked up that phone, he had a conversation with somebody from his past that had passed away and things like that, and they were pretty much trying to help him figure out how to get out. They kept giving him clues. They kept telling him go under the thing and dig yourself out. But they were kind of giving him clues as to stuff that they had tried when they were trying to get out. Um, but the other, as far as getting out, like the one thing that I didn't understand is at least with the abductor is what his purpose was, unless I missed it.
It was
Because
supposed to be a game. Basically, the game is basically do as I tell you, and every time you try to escape, he would beat you, like naughty boy. Basically, he would leave like if you see he purposely leaves the door open after doing all these things, and if you try to escape, that's when he beats you and kills you. And then
oh
when he gets bored enough, he just tosses
yeah,
you aside. He kills you, tosses you to the next building, and then takes
mm.
off. The only reason why this little boy survived is because his brother, who had lost his job and was in town and was a crackhead, because whatever reason, every movie Chris has picked has been nonstop crackheads who sitting there doing coke. Was in town. He was just like, all right, I can't.
Wow, yo, you got a good point, man. Yo, Chris,
like,
stop
like,
bringing your work home. All those crackheads at the hotel. You got all those crackheads at the hotel that you're dealing with, and now you gonna bring your work home.
because Weapons had a crackhead in it. And
Word
here's
up.
this movie with a whole cokehead just and mind you, I found it funny how in Weapons you had a crackhead trying to report it to the police, like I found a missing kids, and in this movie you had the same cokehead, like, hey, I know where the kids are, man, sit your stupid ass down and get the hell
That
up
is
out of here.
hilarious. I mean, listen, the next time a
I just
crackhead
want to
has a
say,
tip, I'm gonna listen.
I just want to say, for Weapons was Vic's pick, not Chris's.
Oh yeah.
I trying to tell you under the bus.
Well, when you come from a city of crackheads, like Vic, technically you too. But anyway,
First of all,
are we ever going to address the elephant in the room?
what was that? The crackhead in Orlando? Yeah, of course. We just did.
There's plenty of it. There's plenty of them there.
Huh? What?
Why didn't this guy know that these kids were in his house?
Oh, word, the brother. The brother. What? Yeah, yo.
Well, you got to remember the brother was a cokehead, and it's like they were all in a basement.
They call him a cokehead.
Bro, he was literally sitting there throughout the movie. Oh, like he was literally snorting in that movie, bro. He's
No, and mind you, like how many times did this shit happen? How many kids got abducted? You know, and
so
how
many,
this
but
guy had so much property.
so it was a thing, and I didn't realize until the end. It was two houses, each across the street from each other.
Yep.
He killed you in one house and then dumped your body in the basement of the house across the street,
Facts.
which is actually genius if you think about it. Because even if they try to pin the murders on you without a body and you can't find the body, it's like, yeah, he was here, but you're gonna get a short sentence
Facts.
because they can't fully prove. Like it was genius, but that's basically why, because it's two separate houses. So the cokehead, he's too busy high out of his rocket, don't realize what the hell is going on until the very end. And it's just like, oh shoot, okay, fine. Like if you notice, the girl had the right house. It's just like because the house looked exactly the same, right numbers. It's just the bodies were across the street.
Basically, that part of it was interesting because her brother walks out the house and she's looking at one house, and then all of a sudden, you know, that shit was that was wild. That was wild.
What was wild is that this kid beat this man's ass. That's what's really wild. Like, how did you beat this grown man's ass?
He practiced. He did a lot of practicing. He did, you know, the kid called the tough kid called him up, and he was like, "Step back, step forward, step back, step forward." Wow, man, he practiced, and he practiced quite a bit. I didn't think he realized that leg breaking part was gonna happen, because if the old man's leg didn't break, like when he fell, I think he probably would have came back up and beat this kid's ass. But
Damn sure would have.
But that whole spot right there, that's it. That's what had him in. And it was crazy because I certainly didn't see that happen at all.
What really got me was toward the end, the just desserts, because he put the phone towards dude's ear so he could listen to all the voices of the kids he killed right before he died. And I'm just like, damn.
That was wild.
Damn. That was
a nice revenge. You know, actually, you know what? Speaking about that, now that we mentioned it, Weapons and this movie has a pretty good plot twist at the end as far as like getting revenge on the bad guy.
Yeah, it definitely did.
It really does. Like it was interesting to say the least. You know. So now I'm honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the second movie, are you interested in watching that after?
Yes.
That?
I am definitely interested.
Me too.
Definitely interested.
Here we go.
Because now I'm wondering if this kid dies and he's gonna end up on the phone.
Last week, I said, "Hey, I want to play a little recast game." This week, I say, "Hey, I want to play a little recast game." You're like, "Hey, EC, what do you want to recast, or who you want to recast?" But actually, this is what you want to recast. I want to recast this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the school of these idiots that go to this school in this movie called in Colorado. And I say idiots because all of them know that kids are being snatched. There's no extra police security, of course, but Vic excuses that by saying it's the 1970s. Okay. But they know about it.
Small town in the 70s. How many people live there? Like
they know about it because they're talking about it, right? They talk about it every day. Kids disappear. They don't hold the town hall like they did in Weapons. They just say, "Okay, kid disappear. Okay, fine. He died. All right." Police just come up and they say, "Hey, we have nothing, little girl. Dream for us. Dream for us." But anyway, the kid decides to go to the creepiest black van by himself, even though he knows that kids are being snatched up every day, right? Sees a guy come out in a mask. "Oh, I'm clumsy. Oh, yeah. Still not ringing any bells. Like, I need to get the hell out of here." I'm going off on a tangent. That has nothing to do with this picture. This picture is the thing that I'm recasting. I thought after watching this movie, instead of having I don't know the name of the school, but I know what it should be. It should be Fight Club, because these kids are fighting in the backyard or wherever, parking lot, wherever it is, with no supervision, and they are beating each other's ass, right? Including women and children. And I say women and children because that little girl got up and went to school in class like it was nothing. And started joking and laughing, even though her and her brother both got their asses whooped. Fight Club. That's my recast for the week. Ladies and gentlemen, find out what we're reviewing next week on Tuesday and Thursday. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular
have one last chance
All you gotta do is pick them up and drop them off.
to save their jobs.
You sure this is gonna work? Just trust me.
Yo, what's up, money? You got a problem? Nah, yo, hold my poodle.
From Revolution Studios
Brittany and Tiffany Wilson. Sorry. They're new.
There is something different about the two of you.
comes a story of two guys
You're wearing the wrong underwear.
who are giving undercover the ultimate makeover. White chicks.
Take a tip and Brittany.
What if I told you I could offer you something that would enable you to walk again? I call it STEM.
I am STEM, the system operating your body for you.
Can anybody else hear you?
No, only you. May I point something out? In the drone surveillance footage, Sir Brantner, Marine Corps, address 414 Citrus, Newground.
Man, you are persistent.
I cannot allow us to be killed. We are going to finish the job we started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're reviewing the phone, and we're going to do a thumbs up, thumbs down. We're going to start with Critic J. Critic J, what do you think about this week? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I got to give it a thumbs up. For a horror film, it was actually really good. The jump scares they actually made sense, and it was actually really cool to see. Really good plot twist at the end. Like, I enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed Weapons. Definitely a thumbs up for me. I would definitely watch this movie again. Can't wait for the sequel.
Well, I definitely want to see part 2, so this is a thumbs up because they have me thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, we know about you in sequels. Okay. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as well because, hey, little boy's a hero. He's walking to his classmates, and they're all talking about, oh, he killed the grabber. He sits next to this little girl he likes and like, hey, you know, I committed murder. You should go out with me. And she
No, that wasn't murder. That was something.
I want some of that blood on your hands. So, thumbs up for me. I was thoroughly entertained. Take notes, Matt Reeves and the Batman. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us.
This beef with Batman must end.
For Vic, I am the executive consultant. We'll see you next time on Popular Review. Good night, everybody.
Peace.